Hello everybody, welcome back to Blues Focus TV for yet another full-time match reaction video and another loss, 9 losses from 11 now. Blues losing 1-0 this afternoon at home to the Hatters, at home to Luton Town. Another really disappointing performance, and I'm saying the same things each and every week I make one of these videos, but another really torrid and poor performance. Hardly had any shots on target, hardly created too many chances for ourselves. We hit the crossbar in the second half from a Scott Hogan header. He missed one in the first half too. But other than those two chances, we had very little opportunities in the game. Even the last 7 minutes, when there was 7 minutes added time, we didn't even seem to get in Luton's final third. There seems a complete lack of attacking threat. And it's just another dire performance to add to what has been a dire second half to the season since the World Cup. But first half was fairly quiet. Thought both teams were fairly even. Luton didn't look too great either. We certainly didn't have too many chances ourselves, but neither did Luton. Thought defensively we were actually quite good first half. They are a very attacking side with the likes of Adebayo, Carlton Morris, and I thought they'd be a bit more dangerous, but I think first half we limited their chances. Thought Kevin Long had a very good first half, as well as Harley Dean. But second half is where things started to capitulate. We were a bit more open. We let Luton have a few more chances. Last 10 or 15 minutes, again, we did grow into the game very much like we did at Huddersfield. But like I say, when you're a goal up, as Luton Town were, they're naturally going to sit off and we're naturally going to attack a little bit more. So I don't necessarily think that's us improving as the game goes on. I just think that's a natural way football works. Luton were more defensive. We went forward a bit more. But even when we were going forward, we still didn't create too many opportunities for ourselves. Luton's goal potentially could have been defended by Longolo at the back post. It was a nice ball into the box, but it just seemed to go over Longolo's head a little too easily, and Carlton Morris was able to head in about the 48th minute. But other than that, to be honest, not a lot to report on the game. It was a fairly quiet one, a fairly flat one, and to be honest, the majority of Blues' games recently have been very flat. There seems a lack of passion in that Blues side. There doesn't seem many players who are willing to get on the ball and do something with it. Even from throw-ins, not many players offering. They don't want it at their feet. They seem to slowly walk away and not even acknowledge who's taking the throw-in. So there's so much wrong with this Blues team at the moment. Is Eustace's role as Blues manager now in question? I think it certainly is. I know some of the opinion they want him to stay, some want him to go. I get both points of view, to be honest, but regardless, nine losses out of 11 games, I mean, come on, that is dismal. That would be even questioned at any level of football. That is a terrible run of form, and I do like Eustace and I want it to work for Eustace. I don't think it will work for Eustace. But I just think 9 out of 11 is terrible, and there just seems this lack of passion and motivation in this team. I think Eustace is being protected quite a bit because of the things going on behind the scenes with BSHL and obviously this Lopez and Richardson stuff. And I think he's being protected because he's shown potential. He showed potential before the World Cup that he is able to get results from this Blues team. But, I mean, if you really delve deep and look into things, we are in a very similar position in terms of league position that we have been under both Karanka, under Clotet, under Lee Bowyer. Won a very similar amount of points to what we've been under those managers. And let's be honest, there's not a whole lot different. And I'd argue Eustace probably has a better team than the likes of Karanka and Bowyer did as well. So some fans are using the argument that, yes, but we were destined to finish 24th or get relegated this season. But at the end of the day, we're the second city. We are a big club. We have been stagnant for years now. We want to be pushing forward. We need a bit more ambition. I don't want us as fans and us as a club to settle for mediocrity. We are the second city. We're a big team. We want to be pushing forward and making progress, not settling for these 17th, 18th position finishes as we have for the last 6 or 7 years. So do I want Eustace to go? I don't know. I do not know. I'm struggling to form an opinion on it because who comes in for him? Nathan Jones could be a good candidate, I guess, obviously just being sacked from Southampton, but I would like it to work for Eustace because he's proved he can get results from essentially what are the same set of players he had before the World Cup. So it's a tricky one. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts. Should Eustace stay? Should Eustace go? As I said, I think there are good points to both arguments. But if we're looking at the facts, 9 losses from 11 is nowhere near good enough. The form's been nowhere good enough. The performances have been nowhere near good enough. And as I said, position in the league and the points we're on have been very similar to previous managers, and he just doesn't seem to be under the same attack as the likes of Karanka and Bowyer were. So interesting to hear your thoughts, but another dismal performance today. I don't want to talk about it too much, to be quite honest, because it's just that I'm saying the same things on here each week, because the performances are equally as poor each week at the moment. But hopefully things will pick up. We're still 7 points off the relegation zone. It hasn't gone any worse today. Huddersfield, Cardiff, Wigan and Stoke all lost today, so it hasn't changed our position in the league too much. But hopefully we can just start pushing forward, and hopefully things can change soon, because at the moment, from top to bottom, on the pitch and off the pitch, Birmingham City Football Club is an absolute mess. Things are falling apart, as they have been for years. And sadly, it doesn't look like things are going to change anytime soon. But all it takes is a run of 1, 2, 3 good performances and maybe a win, a few draws in there, and things will hopefully be looking up again. So sit with it, Blues fans. Stay through the tough times, and hopefully the good will be back soon. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Keep right on.